welcome to Verdictum. I am Ananya Singh and today I am going to talk about one buzzing question. That is, if you can legally buy land on the moon. As you already know, India has landed on the moon with its Chandrayaan-3 mission. The Vikram lander and the Pragyan rover have been a success this time, and the whole nation is proud of the achievements of the Indian Space Research Organization. India's sophisticated space program has taken it to the level of a space superpower, making it the fourth nation after the United States, China and the former USSR, now Russia, to land an operational spacecraft on the moon. And India is the first nation to reach the south polar region of the moon, which was still unexplored. As India and other nations are on a quest to explore the moon, you might think, are there any laws that govern what these nations can and cannot do in the outer space, more specifically the moon? What we are thinking of today was thought by the United Nations back in 1967. It was then the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs formulated the Outer Space Treaty. The nations that signed this treaty need to conform to international law when taking up any activity in the outer space, on the moon, and including the orbits of the moon and other celestial bodies. The Outer Space Treaty limits the use of the moon to peaceful purposes, establishing that the resources be freely explored by all nations. It also precludes any nation from claiming sovereignty over any celestial body, including the moon. This becomes an interesting provision. How? Well, because after the Chandrayaan landing on the moon, and even before that, people were of the opinion that they could buy land on the moon. And now there are also several websites that claim to sell lunar land. But can anyone buy a piece of moon's land? Is it legal to buy land on moon? Well, the Outer Space Treaty that prescribes principles governing the activities on moon has been signed by 109 countries so far. It includes India as well. There is also one more international treaty, that is the agreement governing the activities of states on the moon and other celestial bodies. This is popularly known as the Moon Treaty, but it has not been ratified by any state that engages in self-launched human spaceflight, like the United States of America, Russia or China. There are only 18 nations that have signed the Moon Treaty so far, making it of little to no relevance. But the provision of these treaties, which essentially states that the exploration in the outer space, including the moon, would be for the benefit of all mankind, and also explicitly states that nobody, meaning absolutely no nation or individual, can stake a claim on the lunar land. Thus, nobody is permitted to buy land on the moon. Although there are websites that claim to have been selling the lunar land and registering them in the names of individuals, according to the international law, the ownership is illegal, unenforceable and void. And just think about it. Who actually owns the lunar land? Then how is it practically possible for anybody to buy such land when there is no owner? Thank you for watching Verdictum. For more such interesting videos, keep following Verdictum and download the Verdictum app on iOS and Android for latest legal news.